one of the largest ones that this case certainly drew into attention is that of a culture of secrecy. And you saw it in sort of the ways in which witnesses were called here, in terms of who was called to testify and who was called as a witness for the prosecution. I mean, there is a large culture of not wanting to implicate others in what are horrific acts sometimes, or sometimes can be even in criminal acts in some situations. Obviously, it wasn't deemed in this case. Mm-hmm. But you have this culture of secrecy built through the bonds of sportsmanship and friendship and brotherhood, or any word you want to use here. That's fine and dandy. But in this case here, we have seen a culture of secrecy similar to that of an omerta, an organized crime, where people are unwilling to just bring things to light for fear of other people implicating them in actions.
Now, we mentioned the civil trial and the settlement pursued by Hockey Canada there. There have been calls for change. There was a change in leadership as well, with Catherine Henderson taking over as president and CEO. A new board of directors was also named. Do you think there is enough change that is being pursued at the leadership level?
I mean, I would hope so. That said, I mean, what we learned about the leadership of Hockey Canada in the aftermath of this case being brought into the public light, because as was mentioned earlier, I mean, this case was essentially dismissed and buried at one point by both not just Hockey Canada, but also the London police. I think when it re-emerged and the sort of facts of the case were brought forth to Hockey Canada, the response to that demonstrated a failure in leadership. The response, the seemingly almost indignant response that Hockey Canada gave, whether it was talking in front of the House of Commons or talking to Canadians in general. The notion that why are we being singled out for these transgressions when other NSOs are let slide? What we'd like to see, and this is how we will notice if Hockey Canada's leadership has truly changed, moving forward, no notes of celebration here, no notes of relief. This is a sobering time of self-reflection still. And what I want to hear from Hockey Canada, I'm sure other Canadians are the same, I would like to hear from them to say, give us the highest possible standards, set the highest bar, and we are going to exceed it moving forward. Not, we are going to comply to the regulations and we'll do what we're told. I want them to say, we're going to be a leader on this issue. And that's something that I just did not see in those summers. It was a lot of almost complaining about, well, why are we having to go through all of this? And we did everything we thought was right. Clearly something is wrong here. And I don't think anybody who saw the testimony or heard, seen what's been said, or looked at the testimony from any of the other various trials in sexual assault and hockey players that have gone on over the past decade, would say things are perfect as such. But I want leadership from Hockey Canada. I want strong statements that say we are going to have the highest standards and we're going to exceed them.